how did it feel to showcase your vocal talent on the new Trivium album?
It was great. I had done it once before on Shattering the Skies Above, and obviously live I sing quite a bit for the harmonies and a lot of parts throughout the live shows. So I think Corey and I getting a couple extra things than we normally would on the record was kind of just a last minute experiment, and it worked really well. And I definitely could see us probably doing that a lot more on the next record. It just gives a nice balance to Matt's vocals, gives the harmonies and the screams some depth and dynamics. And again, it's like one of those things we just like had the time to kind of experiment with it, and it worked well.
Yeah, I think fans loved it, and your voice sounds amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. So, what are your goals with your newest album, What the Dead Men Say?
I mean, obviously we had a lot of plans for touring this year, which obviously went out the window, but we're really just trying to kind of keep the album out in front of people, even if they're not seeing us live. Of course, the big event we're doing next week is one of the reasons, we're doing it, is because we're still promoting the record regardless of the inability to tour or do the normal promotion. So, the music's had to really kind of speak for itself. And I think fans really love it. And now the event is kind of bringing something else to people. Just obviously, we just announced today that the entire metal tour of the year has moved to 2021. There's going to be no shows for us in 2020. So these big events, these streaming things, this is like really our way to keep the album alive. So that's really the plan now, is just to make sure that people are still finding the record and that the music's getting out to people.
Okay, so I have a doubt. I watched the new dates, and you had dates for this October and November.
Yes.
You're gonna reschedule that dates, or it's all the dates of the tour?
All of the dates have been moved into one leg. So
Okay.
I think they did cancel a couple shows. They went from 60 shows down to like 40 something, just to make it work for the logistics and stuff. Obviously, it's a really it's unprecedented, like canceling tours en masse and then rescheduling everything. So it's really difficult to kind of make it work. But thankfully, it's rescheduled and not canceled outright. But it sucks because it's like we have nothing this year. So, I'm looking forward to this event coming up because, we get to play, we get to do something, we get to kind of still give people a show, even if it's not in person, not the exact same thing, but still something to entertain people with.
Yeah, I mean, I have my tickets for your Denver show, but I'm gonna wait till the next year.
Yeah, that's just, how it is. It sucks,
Yeah.
but, we're all just kind of trying to get through it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay for the health of all of us, but I'm super excited for the new live stream you're having the next week. So in this live stream, you're working with S-Ray Productions to do the likes and visuals for the show.
Yeah.
These productions have made this stuff for artists like Depeche Mode, Pink Floyd, and more. And I want to know, how does it feel to have this arena quality production?
Yeah. I mean, we were planning to get this made for the tour coming up. And I think, like, as we started to discuss what we wanted to do for, like, a live stream event, we realized, like, if we're going to do this, we want to show what show we were going to put on so that people know that when they come out and see us next year, this is the kind of show you'll be getting from Trivium.
Okay.
So I guess you could say it's kind of like a promotional for what to expect for when we come back out on tour. And we just felt like with this record, it was time to make this jump to like working with people that have worked with such, incredible live bands. We always felt like, we were getting our live show stronger and stronger. Our music has gotten better live. Now the next step is like, working with people that put together these type of shows and that have this sort of expertise in making, it not just a light show, but like really just complementing the music, getting the video content we need. It's the biggest production we've ever worked with in terms of putting stuff together, because every song has to have its own special thing. And so it's really exciting because I feel like it's like a new chapter in our live show. So I think from here it's only going to get better. and bigger. And I'm just glad we're going to be able to capture it on something and people can see it, and they'll know what we were expecting to do and just to get people excited for when we come back out on tour next year.
Okay, perfect. So now talking about you, Matt and Corey have their own signature guitars. So are you planning to release your own signature bass?
Well, I have two new custom basses by Warwick.
Okay.
At the moment, I haven't had those discussions with them, but it's definitely something that if like they were interested in it and we could make something work to maybe make a couple models available, maybe like some different price levels, I would definitely be interested in it. I mean, I love playing their gear, and first and foremost, like the product itself is important to me because I got to play it every day. I had a signature bass with BC Rich, and I never thought I'd ever have a signature model. So I've gotten to experience it. So like, if Warwick's not into that at the moment, I'm not really too worried about it. But I definitely would be down if they ever wanted to.
Nice. So we wait, it can happen.
Yeah.
So now talking about Twitch again, you recently joined the Twitch. And if I remember correctly, you are the one who suggests Matt how to use it and everything. So you've been gaming on Twitch. What else do you want to achieve in that platform?
Yeah. Well, the last month or two has been kind of hectic for me because I just made a move to Florida. So I started Twitch before I made the move, and then I had to stop for a couple days, get things set up. So right now we're in a like kind of a temporary spot. So I have like my limits to what I can do here with the internet and this room and stuff like that. So when I get into my, eventual final place I want to be in Orlando, I'd like to definitely expand my streaming with like different types of stuff. Like obviously the music is a given, but I'd like to do different things with the music. I mean, I have all my instruments here now, so trying to like be creative with it. Bass is of course my main instrument, so that's a primary focus. But like I would love to play guitar more on there. Like to get more singing stuff going. Gaming, of course, different games, and for me the gaming is just like it's just like a fun bonus to doing this. Like I take it only as serious as like, if I was just playing like a pickup game of basketball or soccer. It's just for fun and the fact that I can chat to people and we can kind of just have a good time and laugh. Like, I was kind of thinking about it today. Like, I think one thing with Trivium is, we started Trivium World like really early on in our careers, like kind of cultivating this like fan club, this fan base that's like very diehard, but like, really a family with us. And I think the reason why Twitch and stuff like that has worked for us is because, a couple years ago we had to shut down the Trivium World because the label didn't want to host the stuff anymore. And we were really sad because it was like, well, like our community's kind of been broken up a little bit online. But now with like Twitch and with all of our social media, I feel like we've kind of been able to pick up the slack. And even though it's not a centralized place for fans to gather, they know that at least three of us are on like this one platform and we like engage with people. We talk to people. We do different things that we could have never done on Trivium World. So now we're able to do where we can interact in person and, doing the gaming and stuff like that. It's just like a really fun thing to do with people. So I guess it's cool because it's just an extension of what we've been doing all along. It just changed platforms. It's different technology, but the same goal, it's just interacting with our fans. And I think it's what's helping us kind of get through this at this moment is just being able to stay in touch with people. And, if we're not able to entertain as a band, we can still do it individually, representing the band.
Yeah, I found amazing that almost all the members are using Twitch because the atmosphere is amazing. I mean, I'm most of the time on your stream or Matt's stream or Alex's stream, and it's amazing. I love the vibes there, and all the stream family is super good.
Yeah, that's like the best part about it is it all kind of just like, you can go to one guy's stream and like you can just see different things for the day and, just being able to kind of be there for people. Obviously this is a really tricky time. And as much as it sucks for us not to be able to tour and do stuff, we know that a lot of people are going through a lot harder times. And, if we're able to give people some sort of outlet, and that's the one thing what people always say, it's like just nice to be able to get in and chat with people and talk, especially as we're able to, or we're supposed to kind of be quarantining and staying away from people. You know, it's nice to be able to kind of connect. You know, and if it's in a chat room where you've met a lot of the people maybe, or you just know them from years of Trivium, whether it's social media or shows, you know, it's nice to be able to catch up all in one group.
Yes, yeah, I love it. So talking about you, what motivated you to start giving bass lessons on Skype? Does it have to do with the current pandemic situation?
I mean, it gave me the ability to do it. Having the pandemic and having no touring on the future horizon, it was like, well, I could do nothing, or I could maybe do something that I've thought about before but never really had the time to do. And you know, I just wanted to kind of experiment and see if people were interested in doing it. And so far, it's been really fun. You know, doing bass lessons and songwriting lessons, like learning about people, how they play, you know, what they need to know, what they want to know. And of course, for me, it's like learning how to teach and to get better at teaching people is kind of a fun side thing to the whole thing. And I think I'm going to keep doing it even after the pandemic. I'll probably have to kind of like scale it back a little bit. But, you know, again, 2020 is really wide open for doing different things. And I kind of just view it as another extension of being able to connect with fans on a literal personal level, one-on-one in this case. And, you know, having the Twitch was also a part of that. So kind of just reorganize my life at the moment around doing this kind of stuff, which I never really thought I would do. But sometimes, you know, when like these crazy moments happen, you have to just learn how to react and adapt to what's happening. And, you know, the live event is really, I think, going to be a big part of that. And going forward, you know, once we do this live event, we're going to be planning for what the next thing is and the next thing. And, you know, we're not taking off this year. We're going to be working hard, whether it's writing music, whether it's doing events, whether it's doing streaming. Like, you know, Trivium's not taking off. As long as we can all get together in a room, you know, as safely as possible, that's really going to be the thing.
Yes, amazing. So here comes the last question, and one of my favorites. You're an icon on social media. Tell me, what's the best meme you've created?
Oh, the best meme. There's so many. I feel like I look through my phone and there's just a ton. I guess like always the thing for me is just like being able to be quick with like a response to something. Like if there was like a daily event and you think of like something funny to go along with it. Like the other day with the couple that had the guns on their lawn and putting the woman on Danny DeVito with the two guns. It's just like stuff like that is like what I'm always looking for. Just like something funny, something kind of not serious, even though sometimes the thing it's parodying is really ridiculous and over the top. But yeah, there's so many memes. I'd have to like, it would take me a while because I have so many pictures on my phone. I'd have to sort through what was the best. Yeah, I'm super fan of your social media post.
Really.
I appreciate